Hi, I'm Rose, and this is the Sovereign Soul. I support awakening souls live beyond their ego and limitations so that they can know true freedom. One of my little shorts had a lot of views. Not a lot of views. I I get the views I get, um, but it had more than others. And what I spoke about is the three biggest lies that society puts onto us. And the reason being is that my short form videos are definitely not as, it doesn't give you a full picture of me and what it is that I really teach. It's like small snippets of that. And obviously the longer form that you see, then the more you'd understand, the deeper you'd understand. I don't blame people for being stuck and unconscious. I believe that the world is set up to make us that way. Human beings are innately actually quite innocent, and all they want to do is fit in and have connection and, you know, go with the flow in a sense, even though it's the last thing that they land up doing because humans are all control freaks and have got deep ego implants. But the three biggest lies is really where people are outsourcing their power because of those lies. And if you know anything about my work, you will know that I'm all about reclaiming your own personal power so that you can live your full potential and be a completely autonomous and sovereign being in this life and body and beyond. So, the three biggest lies are: number one, God. That God is outside of you, and that divinity and that connection that you seek to knowing your divinity, and that you are uniquely loved and accepted and utterly adored for just being you by an all loving, all knowing being, and that you've been created by it. That it's outside of you, and that people just give all their power, that's where they need to look. And so they do, they give it away to religions and to deities and to archangels and spirituality and all these concepts, which are just part of a deep matrix. People are not understanding that your unique experience is a individualized experience from source. Source didn't create you as such, as you were created from source. And that really is something you need to feel, to know, and to understand. So you're an individuated experience of source experiencing itself. You're not separate from anything that exists anywhere in all of existence. You are a part of all of it and the spaces in between. There is no separation. But living in a human body, we are taught deep separation, and we are given spiritual amnesia coming into a body where we forget all of this stuff. And so we are searching desperately, because that search is us believing and knowing that there's something divine in us that we want to reconnect with, and yet we're looking for it outside instead of inside. And that is definitely one way that we are lied to, and how we are taking our personal power and giving it and outsourcing it, so that we can't really get to that space of true divinity in ourselves again. So God is a big, big lie that we are taught, the looking for that divinity. The second one is love. That in order for us to actually know love, to feel worthy as a human being, we need to have someone outside of us love us, for us to feel whole, to not feel lonely, to feel completely fulfilled and happy in the life that we live. And there's a lot of romantic stuff out there, which is very appealing. I mean, yes, that there's love at first sight, and that there's someone who's going to get you, and someone who's going to love you and accept you no matter what. So that is a big fat lie, because people get involved with people. We're all come with our shit and our greatness. We all got it all. And that kind of validation that people are seeking, and that like it's going to fix all of my problems, is a load of bullshit. nobody else can do that for you. Just like you can't do that for somebody else, you shouldn't expect somebody else to do that for you. Just like nobody else should expect you to do that for them. Like, that is just crazy, and it's such an unhealthy thing that formulates in human beings, and that lack of health formulates in a way that when you are brought up in a household where you don't have that unconditional love from a parent, and perhaps you were taught that you were more of a burden or responsible for your parents' emotions, or whatever the story is, the things you didn't get from your parent, you automatically project that onto a partner. And when you don't get it, it's crazy how upsetting and rejecting that feels, when actually you're just reliving something that you want from your childhood. You're getting somebody to try and fit in an archetype. And anyway, I can go into loads more detail on that. But anyway, love, it's bullshit. Love sits inside you. It's the same as that divinity. We are one. We're not separated from anything. We don't need anything outside of ourselves to actually feel whole and full and worthy. We just have to be able to connect with it in ourselves and actually have our own backs and be the best possible people we can be, from a space of wanting to be it for ourselves, like integrity. That gives us trust and faith and belief in ourselves, and we become less needy to have the external validate that. And then the third thing is food. And I say this because, I've seen this so many times, and it's so true. Human beings are the only species on the planet that actually don't know what they eat, which is insane. Everything should know what they eat. Human beings don't. So we are fed what's put in the shops. That's basically what it boils down to. And whatever's put in the shops makes us all really ill and really unhealthy and really sick. Really sick. And people believe that we need certain kind of nourishment in order to be whole, like the food pyramid. Absolute rubbish, actually. Absolute rubbish. Yet we believe, these are the kind of foods we need to eat, and this is how much we must eat. And most of us are poisoning ourselves with the food that we're eating because we trust in what we're told, and that makes us more ill and more disconnected from our bodies, outsourcing our power to other people. So food is another huge form of a way to control us and to keep us completely disempowered and unhealthy. So that's a little bit longer form on those 3 things. If you have any questions, please let me know. If there's something that I'm not clear on, because I'm trying to keep this as short as possible, you can let me know. Okay, thanks for watching.